let's get there and see what it has to say. Okay. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. Well, I mean, there you go. Now, again, when you're talking about this verse, I mean, this is a great question because it goes to the idea of grace. Okay. Of course, I'm not going to get into the hyper Calvinist doctrine of double predestination, but rather I'm going to discuss what's talked about with grace, because this idea, people have an idea that grace is like a license to sin, and that's not what grace is at all. Grace is the impetus of the Father to reach his children. And it's like a rain that continually pours down, a continual knock, if you will, but it's a spiritual knock, right? It's, I'm at the door, I'm calling you. The call goes out all the time of the Father calling to his children. And he does it spiritually. It's a spiritual push, if you will, that we call grace. It's the impetus of the Father to reach his children. And it's a free gift, right? He's saying, I'm calling you, right? Answer. Answer. And most people are like, I'm not taking that call. I'll pick that call up later when I want to become moral, right? This is what Augustine said. I want to become moral later on in life. Not young, right? But I say to you that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him by my Father. Now, of course, now there are those people who, when you talk about the Calvinist doctrine of predestination, that, how much of a duty do we have to go out and convert people? Now, you're talking to somebody who lived in the evangelical world for a long time, who lived in the charismatic world for a long time. And I went around the world to reach people, not to reach people for purposes of making them twice the son of hell that I am, but rather to reach people with the love of the Father, saying that the kingdom is near, repent and be baptized. Which is what I'm saying here today too. But when you talk about this, the grace, I believe that grace is poured out to every single human being. Of course, the Father in his infinite wisdom knows who's going to say yes and who's going to say no, because there is no time to the Father who sees all creation from the beginning and the end, right? He knows the end from the beginning. This is as what it's written. But it's not up to us to go in there and start talking like we can think the same way that the Father does. We can't. And even though the Calvinist doctrine says you don't have any duty whatsoever to go out and evangelize, but you do have a duty to be salt and light. You do have a duty to shine your light as much as you can and to do the work while it is still light. And we had to talk about this at CPG this week. Jake, we were talking about this. Brad and I were talking about it. We have to do the work for the kingdom that we're doing right now while it is still light. And there are many people out there that have a ministry, whatever that ministry may be. But they have a ministry that they've been called to. They've been called to do something. They have a particular purpose in the heavens, as do you, Jake Grant, have a particular purpose, and you're working while it is light, right? You do what you can to further the kingdom while you have the opportunity to do it, because soon we will not have the opportunity. Soon we will be foreclosed from being able to speak in the public square. Soon we will be foreclosed from being able to say the true things of Yah. We will be prohibited. You keep your mouth shut or you die. It's going to be this kind of a situation. So we speak the truth now as we can. But it's true that those people that are going to come to Messiah are those people that are going to come to Messiah. We're not the ones who author it. We're not the ones who finish it. We're not the ones who planted the seed. We may be the ones who plant it, or we may be the ones who tend it, or we may be the ones who harvest it. But generally, we don't do all three. And we're called to be salt and light. Let's do that. Let's at least extol the word when we can.